hero of the day and hope for the future, Mr. Bala Sahib Derade, respected Chancellor, Vice President, Pro VC from VIT University, Mr. Vinod Kumar, Ram Rajappa, Karnanidhi from Weekend Leader, invitees, faculty colleagues, students, and media friends. It's when a man bites a dog, it's news. When a dog bites a man, it's nothing. I must really appreciate Vinod Kumar for really taking this bold step, not reporting this man biting the dog, but rather actually, people really doing something positive. It's only when you report negative things, people get excited. So you like to hear juicy news. You like to hear about investigative journalism. I think he's one of the really true heroes sitting amongst us, and we are glad that we are collaborating with you on your initiatives. Of course, Mr. Bala Sahib has done an amazing thing by chucking his US job, lucrative career, fantastic business opportunities, and has come to India and he has chosen politics as his route. Because when I think of him, I am reminded of a story. This story is about a village where actually anytime people have a problem, they'll go to a wise man who used to sit on a mountain. Of course, somehow wise men always sit on the mountain. I think of Tiruvannamalai. I don't know why they choose that. And one day a young man decided to actually ask a question to this old man. He went to him, wise man, what makes a man truly great? So this old man looked at him and he said, do you really sincerely want an answer? This man said, yes, I want to know what makes somebody like Bala Sahib great. Well, the wise man said, I'll tell you another story, because the story within story. So he said, if you want to understand, you have to listen to this. There was once a Rajput who suffered from a deadly disease. Knowing that he will die soon, he went and joined the army when his kingdom was in battle with the enemy. So anyway, we are going to die, join the army. Hoping to die in the battle, he would fight in the front line, exposing himself without any worry for his life. Eventually, they won the battle. Now, a general wanted to actually honor him, so called him, and this man was looking very dull and sultry. So, the general asked him, what is wrong with you, soldier? He said, I am going to die, I have this disease. Then the general took pity on him and then brought the best of the physicians and then cured him. And of course, you know the rest of the story. Once you get cured, he never actually wanted to take any of the risks. I think you had to have that problem within yourself. So he said finally, the answer is that, if you want to be great, if you want to be truly great, you must not be scared of dying, but you must be daring. Now, here is a brave man, a daring man amidst us, Mr. Bala Sahib, who was daring and willing to take the problems head on, be it political or social. Of course, villages are the backbone of India, but unfortunately, our education system is such that it takes us away from the villages the moment you actually get educated. Many of us actually who have had a humble beginning, we always live with this guilt that what have I given back to the society? Of course, there are exceptions. We don't have to go very far. If you look at our own Chancellor, he had a humble beginning, made it big in politics, but he gave up everything and started this small thing and then made it a landmark for Vellore. And today actually it's becoming a landmark in Chennai and also in going to be a landmark in Bangalore. He provides employment to more than 3,000 people. That includes semi-skilled, unskilled people who cut the lawns, sweep the curbs. I'm really honored to be of some help to the man who supports the poor and the illiterate people. Coming back to Mr. Bala Sahib, he proved himself successful in the rat race. It's not that actually he jumped into politics. It's not that he came to the village because he had no other choice. He proved himself in India, again he proved himself in the US, and then turned his attention to solving the problems of his less fortunate countrymen. Now, it's interesting to note that he was motivated by none other than our former President Abdul Kalam, and his initiatives are well known. And I was talking to Mr. Bala Sahib before we came here, and he's also pursuing the initiatives that Kalam started, like the Pura Pura is actually providing rural amenities in rural India. But unfortunately, after he left his presidency, it never got scaled up. There was a problem. And then Tamil Nadu government, in collaboration with the MIT labs, they started a project called SARI. SARI is Sustainable Access in Rural India, which basically set up kiosks in rural areas and then connected them with different facilities and services. Like for example, a farmer was connected to the Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. People with diseases could use telemedicine and then get connected with Arvind Eye Hospital and so on and so forth. Even that actually did not take off. So basically we have to look at technology. I'm glad that some technocrat is getting into the political arena and also into the developmental arena where he is going to use technology to improve the well-being of the people. It's not enough actually to look at technology alone, but you have to look at the education also. Today the problem is that we are providing uniform education across the country, but then look at a tribal youth, living in some jungles collecting honey, and then you go and teach him a plus b whole squared equal to a squared plus b squared, etc. It's not relevant for him. The government of India has thought through that, and they have started what is known as an open schooling system, which is supposed to develop curriculum that would be relevant to the region, relevant to the local people and their occupations. Now, for example, the honey collector will be taught science and commerce related to honey. Collecting honey, keeping bees and so on and so forth, and commerce, supply chain related to that. So that's how he should learn. He will get a certification. So that will keep him there and it will develop him. Now, out of the several thousands of people who study this, some may want higher studies. That's why the government has thought of actually community colleges. Now, you can go to a community college and do a BSc in honey and a MSc in beekeeping, and you can do a PhD in the same field. Now, this kind of a 1 in 1,000 PhD that is produced by a tribal youth will be any day better than the pseudo PhDs that you produce by actually using your chi-squared, SEM and actually your regressions and other models. Now, I don't know how many of you really know this, that we are really working in these directions. We have a CSR unit at VIT. And we have been working in this, Yelagiri Hills with the tribes. We are working under the able leadership of Tamil Maran. I am also, fully involved in that kind of a project. Really grateful to the Chancellor and the management for this opportunity. So I consider it a great honor to share the same dais with two great people who have given back a lot to the society. I offer my hearty felicitations to Bala Sahib Saab for winning the VIT Weekend Leader Award. Jai Hind. Thank you very much.